Welcome back to the Talk One Teller podcast. I'm your host, Taylor, where we talk with anyone about anything, and hopefully everyone around the table will listen. And we're excited to start season 2. We had a great season 1 with a lot of special guests, but this time, this season, we're kicking it off with Miss Helen Claire Edmonds. She's a high jumper at Mississippi State, and it's crazy, and have known her parents forever, and actually knew when her and her brother were born and her sister was born. And so just really cool connection. But she has just started her junior year at Mississippi State. So Miss Helen Claire Edmonds, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So it's a pretty big deal. You're in the college, you're playing college sports in a whole new era with the NIL deal, and you're a high jumper at Mississippi State. And so your first NIL deal was with Rick and Bubba. So tell us a little bit about that and how that came to be.
Yeah, so my parents have always listened to Rick and Bubba, and I
Yeah.
grew up listening to it. And we were listening to the show where they were talking about the NIL deal, and my parents were like, "You should just send them an email and see if they respond." And so I sent them an email, and then they signed me. So
Well, that is cool.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your deal. What all did that include?
So it included 3 items from the store and $100 bill.
Well, that is cool. That is cool. So you got 3 items from their store and $100 bill. For a college student, that's pretty cool. So
It is.
does are any of your teammates, do they have an NIL deal, or are you the only one?
Some of my teammates have done some small things too, I think.
Okay, cool. So are you working on any other NIL deals, or is this your only one? Or
I haven't so far.
well, hey, but it's cool that, hey, that's a part of history too. I mean, I
It
think
is.
that, I mean, the fact that you have one is incredible. And so, and I think you'll probably get more just because you are with Rick and Bubba, who, like they said a couple weeks ago, that more people listen to them in a week than they do CNN. So the
Yeah.
fact that you're an NIL, you have a deal with them is pretty cool. So you're a high jumper. And so for our listeners, kind of tell them what all you do and what all that entails as an athlete at Mississippi State.
So high jump is one of the field events in track and field, and you run in kind of like a curve towards the bar,
Yeah.
and jump over it backwards. It's called like the Fosbury flop is the technique that's used now. So you take off on one foot and jump over the bar backwards.
Well, very cool. Very cool. And so this is your junior season. And, so what are you guys looking like, and how do you feel about the upcoming year?
I'm super excited about it. I'll be a junior in indoor, but then
Okay.
technically a sophomore in outdoor because of COVID.
Yeah.
And so I felt like last year everything started to click and come together.
Hmm.
With high jump is such a technical event, there were so many things I had to relearn once I got here.
Hmm.
And everything just kind of clicked at the beginning of indoor last year. So I'm excited to see how it goes this year.
Well, that is awesome, and that is cool. COVID has been a crazy thing, and everyone's dealing with it. But the fact it gave you an extra year of eligibility is also, there's some downsides to it, but there's also some benefits to it as well. So that's cool that you get to do that. Well, before we go, I know you're busy and you're back in school, and so you chose Mississippi State for a reason. You're, like you said, a junior there, a sophomore in indoor. Is that correct?
Yes.
A sophomore in indoor. And so what made you choose Mississippi State, and what is your favorite thing about being there?
Um, I think I ultimately chose it for my coach. He was very knowledgeable and really he knows a lot about high jump, and I felt that I could succeed best here. And I really like the location. How I'm about an hour and a half from home, so I'm still close, but not too far away.
Right.
And I think my favorite part is probably just all the relationships I've built and all the friendships I've made.
That's awesome. Well, I can't say Hell State just because of my background, but Hell State for you. And yeah, there you go. There you go. We hope you have a great year. And Helen Claire, thank you so much for being on the Talking with Taylor podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.